test results on the New York City doctor, Craig Spencer, have in fact come back positive for Ebola.
It certainly sounds like that, Anderson. And yeah, as Elizabeth said, I think this is almost certainly going to be a positive test. It'll be confirmed shortly by the Centers for Disease Control.
Yo, what up, people? It's your buddy Philko here, and now we have another guy with Ebola. This one is a New York City doctor, white guy, who has been confirmed having Ebola. He's in isolation. New York is my home, as most of you know. I'm for some reason, maybe call me ignorant, but I'm not that worried about Ebola like most people are. I'm really not that worried about it. I don't think it is as big of a deal as people are making it. I think there's not enough news. I mean, sure, it's dangerous, but I don't think it's that big of a deal, at least for like Americans, at least. I don't know how it is in other countries, but I don't think it's that big of a deal for us, but still, it headlines, news, and all that stuff. Like I said before, I don't need headline news in which, you know, like people can take and do something with. So it's like, doctor has Ebola. Fine. Maybe we just ask like, if you've had contact with this person, you know, if you maybe shook hands, whatever, blah, blah, this person, you've seen this person near you, you should probably get checked out. All right, I feel you. But like even before this shit came to New York, they were kind of doing some, oh, this might be the worst disease that ever, this and that, this and that, and this and this and that. And then you got your conspiracy theories. A lot of pro-black people say shit like, oh, it's made to kill black people when you see white people getting it too. Whoa, that doesn't compare to the amount of black people who got it, that's true. But at least when it comes to in America, I don't think black people are getting much more than white people in America. And how dangerous it is. I just want to know, what the fuck can we do as a people? What can we do with this information about Ebola? What can we do to not get it? You just tell us, what can we do? Because it's always on the news, whether someone has it or not, just Ebola, Ebola. Like, what are we supposed to do? What do you suggest? Like, I hate when the sun is in my eye, I look mad, black and these. It's just, what do they suggest for us to do instead of just scaring the shit out of us? Because the news likes scaring you to keep you watching. You know, in a way, news plays God. Let me explain this. News plays God. Now, I hope I don't offend religious people too much. I'm not trying to, but just listen to this. A lot of people believe in God because they're scared, they fear God and love God at the same time. Why do they fear God? Well, because He's very powerful. They trust in Him or her. They rely on Him. They love Him, whatever, whatever. Now, the news is similar. The news scares the fuck out of you, and it keeps you watching because you want to know how people are getting hurt or all the bad things going on in the world, so you don't get caught up in that bad shit. But the thing is, the news rarely ever gives you solutions. They just tell you what the problems are. There's war here, and their point of view of it. They ain't about the truth either. So it's like, there's war here. You gotta be careful. This may cost you tax money. There's this in here. You gotta be careful. You might die. This kid was abducted. Yours is next. You know, so you're like scared and love at the same time. Kind of like with God. You fear and you're in love at the same time. And I believe that's why so many people trust the news so fucking much and rarely ever question it. Because people rarely ever question God either. And maybe some people see the consequence for not doing what God says is hell, and maybe some people feel the consequence of not watching and trusting the news is death. You don't know what's going on, be careful, this and that, this and that. And I'm not just talking about the weather. The weather's different. Right now I'm talking about just news in general. A lot of people trust the media, follow the media, love the media, but they're scared of the media at the same time, or at least scared of the things they're talking about at the same time, similar to the whole God situation. Now maybe I'm just a retard waking up early in the morning making weird videos, but I kind of think that it kind of has a, you know, the media has like a God-fearing complex. Niggas is scared of and love the news at the same time. So, oh, and about the man with Ebola, it says a Doctors Without Borders physician who recently returned to New York from West Africa has tested positive for the Ebola virus, becoming the first diagnosed case in the city, authorities said on Thursday. The doctor, identified as Craig Spencer, 33, came back from treating Ebola patients in Guinea October 17th and developed a fever, nausea, pain, and fatigue. Thursday, he is in isolation and being treated at New York's Bellevue Hospital, one of the 8 hospitals statewide that Governor Andrew Cuomo designed earlier this month as part of an Ebola preparedness plan. So, he was in Africa, and he came back with it. That's basically it, people. I'm out. Later.